Hello and welcome back to Friday Minis. Quantum computing, the wave of the future. You've probably heard a lot of talk about quantum computing. Not too long ago, IBM has actually even released their quantum computer for anyone to use over the internet. But what is quantum computing? And why is it, the wave of the future? Now, for the longest time, I didn't know either. All I knew was the basic, which is what everyone was saying. Basically, the very common knowledge is that in a computer, we use bits, which are either 0 or 1. In a quantum computer, we use qubits, which are either 0 or 1 or both. But most explanations kinda stop there. They don't tell us where the advantage is. I did a bit of digging and this is what I found. Bits can actually be strung together to represent things like numbers and words. And well, I'm not going to go into too much detail on this. I've already done a video on this before, so you can click the link on screen to check it out. Basically, if we string say 3 bits together, since they can be 0 or 1, we can end up making 8 unique combinations out of these 3 bits. We can then use this to represent say numbers from 0 through to 7. That is precisely what qubits are trying to do as well. But since each bit can be both 0 and 1, theoretically, when we have 3 qubits, we are actually representing all 8 numbers at once. The idea then is that we can grab this and push it through computation. When you actually take this group of qubits and you push them through computation, every time you perform one operation, it's like you're performing operations on all 8 numbers at once. What we actually gain at the end of the day is what is known as quantum parallelism. What this means is, well, when we do one operation, it's like we're doing 8 operations. So can you imagine if we were to string even more qubits together, say 8 qubits? That actually represents 256 possible combinations. And if the same property holds, we are now doing a lot of work by actually just doing one computational step. And that's great. So that is where the advantage of quantum computing comes in. Of course, this technology is still in its infancy, but yeah, if this ever becomes a thing, what this means is we can potentially do a lot of computational work in an instant. And of course, in some ways that could spell trouble as well, because a lot of our encryption techniques right now rely on the fact that we cannot have access to technology like that. So yeah, quantum computing is a very interesting field. I would love to see, what will happen to it several years down the line. But yeah, that basically wraps it up for this episode of Friday Minis. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, you're watching 0612 TV. Thank you very much for watching. If you liked this video, consider checking out the rest of my work on my channel. Alternatively, you may be interested in a playlist of all the other episodes of Friday Minis. If you'd like to show me some monetary support, I am on Patreon. You can find a link to my campaign in the video description. Of course, you can simply like this video or leave a comment. I'll be sure to respond as soon as I can. To keep in touch with my future uploads, do subscribe to this channel. And for even more updates, check out the official Twitter account for this channel at 0612TV. Thank you for your support.